Okay, today I'm going to reassemble the head on my TT350. I've actually already put the barrel on, and getting the piston into the barrel with the rings all lined up, not the easiest job. I used a ring compressor to do that, and anyway, as you can see, the new base gasket's on there. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to smear a bit of grease on there. It's lifted up slightly, smear a bit of grease on, and then push it down, and then we move to the next step, which actually put the head on itself. So here we have the head. That's your exhaust ports. There's the top. Here we have the slot for the decompression, automatic decompression little thing, and it's a good idea to put that on before you actually put the head down, because otherwise it's difficult to get in because of the frame. Okay, I've popped the head gasket on. This is an aftermarket head gasket, which is a bit of a dodgy looking one, but it's only going to be a farm bike, so we'll give it a go. So I've reinstalled the decompression lever. As you can see, it comes in here, it pushes on a valve, a little spring on it, and there's a bit of a threaded nut up here, but anyway, we'll wait and see. Okay, I've got the head on now, and I've put these a couple of nuts front and back, which I've located, and I've just nipped them up just to sort of straighten everything, not enough to crush the head gasket. And I've also dropped the 4 bolts down into the holes, which I'm about to do up. Okay, so I've put the 4 head bolts in, and I've just nipped them up with the just a regular ratchet. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to use my 8mm Allen key and the torque wrench, and we're going to tighten them up to 29 foot-pound. Okay, now we're going to install the camshaft. Now everything has to be exact, or piston and valve will end up meeting each other. Okay, the camshaft have a mark pretty much where my thumb is now. Just a little mark. Not sure if you can see it there. Okay, that's got to face up. Now I've installed these camshafts temporarily because the marks are both pointing up, but the piston's not at top dead center, because you have to look for the timing mark on the magneto. Once you line that up with the mark on the crankcase here, these must face up at the same time, otherwise piston is going to meet valve. Okay, now we're on the money. See the marks on the cam shafts. Okay, chains installed. Let's move down here. Okay, there's my timing mark in there. Okay, which has to align with the mark on the crankcase. Okay, and everything is nicely lined up perfectly. Okay, so now the cam caps are installed. You can see the timing mark lines up on the cam with the cam cap, both of them, and hopefully the piston still sits at top dead center. Yep, nothing's moving. Okay, and I'm going to torque them up now, but and then after that I'm going to put the cam chain tensioner on, which is a 2-man job, and then double check everything before I turn the engine over. This is the cam chain tensioner. You stick a screwdriver in there and you twist it. It's a 2-man job. That pulls the shaft back in, and then you insert it in the hole in the barrel, and you get someone else to do the nuts up, and then you let it go and the shaft comes out. Okay, the cam chain tensioner is now in, as you can see there. It's a 2-man job to put it in, okay, because you have to put a screwdriver in there to wind it out, someone else to do the bolts up, and then you let the screwdriver go, and then the cam chain tensions. Now, I'm also just going to check here, see that my marks all line up, and that my timing mark on my magneto lines up. Okay, so my timing marks are lining up on my cam shafts. Okay, we go down here, we look at the timing mark on the magneto. Difficult to see, but it's there and it's lining up. Okay, so everything's lined up. So now basically the test is to turn the engine over slowly with the kick shaft. The spark plug isn't in, so there's no compression. So I guess this is what you call the moment of truth. I'm just pushing down on the Kickstarter. Gently. Yep, sounding good. Yep, sounding good. Everything's turning over. Okay, now I'm going to pulling these little caps off. There's 4 of them, one on each cam cap, and I'm going to fill them up with oil, just so that when I initially start the engine, there is some lubrication in there while the oil comes up to the and floods in here. Okay, now I'm going to install the cam cover. The gasket set came with these little plastic pieces that I have no idea where they go, but I'm assuming there's 4 of them, and I'm going to assume that they fit over these bolts here, and I'm just going to pop it all on top of the head and see how it all goes together. Okay, so I've popped the exhaust on, new exhaust gaskets in there, the cam covers back on, the carby's attached, the muffler's in. I've also removed the spark arrestor from the muffler. It's going to sound really great, but it also helps with the back pressure. It also stops the bike from kicking back a bit when you try and start it, because it has a nasty kickback, this bike. So I'm going to put some fuel in the petrol tank and put it on and kick it over and see what happens. Okay, there it is, running. Sounds pretty good. Took a while to get it started. Bit of an oil leak around the fairly serious oil leak up here, what I might have to have a look at. I haven't used the base